All right, thank you. All right, well, doesn't seem like we have a lot of people. But,
Check, check.
check, check. 1, 2.
Take your time. Take your time.
Apparently, the
JB, are we ready?
We are ready, yes.
Yes. Okay. So our next presentation is about the MIDI Innovation Awards. And I will turn it over to my good friend, Jean-Baptiste Thiebaut.
Thank you, Alan. Thank you. Please come in if you want to know more about the MIDI Innovation Awards. So I'm JB Thiebaut, I'll be your host today, and I'm joined by Lucas, Santiago, Anthony, and Mike, who are the winners of this year's MIDI Innovation Award. So what is the MIDI Innovation Awards? So it's an award that the MIDI Association started in 2021, and the goal was to accelerate products that support MIDI 2.0 and support them by selecting the best among them and providing them a platform and visibility so that they could get faster to market. And in particular, we would like to help with this award small and innovative companies that are starting. So we will see some good examples of this. We have 6 categories. This year we added a 6th one. So we have artistic installation, we have software prototype and commercial software, we have hardware prototype, commercial hardware, and the new category this year was MIDI 2.0. We also, with this awards, reward MIDI 1.0 products. This year we had a fantastic jury. Lucas was one of the members of the jury, along with Michael Strickland, Michel Darling, Bian Lunian, and Moldover. This year's MIDI Innovation Awards was, the winners. We had 6 winners. So Anthony with circular guitar, which you can see just behind me. And we had Azoteq, the MIDI 2.0 sensor with Mike. And you can also see the demonstration of this product over there. We had Play Tonic, which is an app that's free. You can download it and play with it. And Native Instrument won 2 prizes this year, and there was no cheating. They didn't buy the award. It was genuinely voted by the public and the jury for the Kontrol S series and Kontakt 8. The artistic installation winner this year was the Jam Bot by Jordan Rides and Lancelot Blanchard. I'm going to play you a quick video that's this year. The winners were announced by Andrew Wang on his channel, which give every winner a lot of more attention than we used to before. So we're very excited about this new partnership with him. And this is an extract. It's 7 minutes, and it will show a summary of all the winners' products.
It's Andrew Huang. These are all finalists and winners of this year's MIDI Innovation Awards. All the finalists were decided by a public vote, and then a panel of experts with very different backgrounds went through a ranked voting process to figure out who the winners should be. I wasn't part of the voting, but I had a call with these folks, and they're all so thoughtful, and they care so much about music and music tech. So without further ado, Native Instruments with their Complete Control S-Series Mark III MIDI controllers. This is the 88 key version. It has one innovation that I think is the first in the world, where it's a hammer action key bed with polyphonic aftertouch. So that's never been seen before, and then there are a few other things going for it. In the world of keyboard MIDI controllers, I mean, they've been around for so long, they've been iterated on forever. I don't know that we're going to see massive amounts of innovation here, but I do think these are some of the best keyboard controllers we have ever seen, and so they have also given you a touch strip. And then there are a number of features that Native Instruments has done for years, like the really tight integration with their plugins. The LEDs above the keys are really nice, and they can show you different scales or different ways that Kontakt instruments are configured. And then as one final thing that's new, it is MIDI 2.0 ready. So MIDI 2.0 is new. It's not fully integrated or widely adopted across music tech, but for devices and software that do support it, the Control series can take advantage of that bidirectional communication, the higher resolution, profiles, property exchange, so it should be future-proof for a long time. The circle guitar, an absolute feat of creativity, engineering, design. It's got this wheel that can spin to pluck the strings, but you don't play it with your hands. It's controlled by a motor, so it can go ridiculously fast. It can spin really accurately and get all kinds of different rhythms. You can control the wheel speed with MIDI. You can sequence it from a DAW, but then beyond that, there are extra features on this guitar. There are all these buttons and knobs that are just MIDI mappable. You can assign them to whatever you want because the guitar also outputs MIDI, and the pickup is hexaphonic, so there's actually one pickup per string. They all output separately, and you can get those signals individually in something like Ableton and process them differently. And right on the guitar, you've got a volume fader for each string. So we were playing around with this yesterday, came up with so many more uses than I thought were even possible with this concept. Native instruments with Kontakt 8, and in the call with the judges, we were discussing, you know, of course, if we get a lot of votes, and how innovative is it really? But the point that came up was, how many other pieces of software can you think of that have made such a breadth of amazing quality sounds available and accessible to people the way that Kontakt has? And as well, it is a platform that other developers can build on for releasing their own virtual instruments. So it is doing things that not a lot of other software is doing, and they're still continuing to come up with some new ideas. So new to Kontakt 8, they've got these tools called chords and phrase. So the chords are collections of chord progressions. Each preset is 7 chords, and they're repeated across the white keys in every octave. So you get different voicings, you can randomize, you can humanize. The chord names are shown, so that can help you learn how different types of chords are constructed. And then you can also drag a progression or an individual chord as MIDI to your DAW. So you're not stuck working in Kontakt if you happen to come up with something that you want to use with another virtual instrument. For the phrase tool, you've got the same basic setup and features as chords, but here you can create a lot of variation in the phrases by rotating and inverting the notes. You can randomize and invert either globally or for just a selected slot within a pattern. There are some editing options, and you can also drag any of this MIDI to your DAW. So just an interesting way to generate inspiration. It's a lot more than just a pack of MIDI melodies. Kontakt 8 also adds Leap, which is a feature that allows you to trigger different sounds, which can be the ones that come with it or your own. They can be quantized loops, and these are all triggered on the white keys, whereas on the black keys you get momentary effects that you can apply, and there's also some macros on knobs. So again, a fast way to get inspiration through playing and experimenting and just getting very different results quickly because of everything that's at your fingertips. Playtonic, which is a free app that's out, although they say they're developing a lot of new features that they have in mind, and they describe it as a musical fidget toy. It's very satisfying with the haptic feedback that you get as these objects bounce around inside different geometric shapes. It's like a 3D version of the Tombola sequencer, if you know that from the OP1, which a lot of people are a big fan of that sequencer. It's just very playful with interesting physics built in. I feel like the app is a little bit limited right now. You can record a loop, you can set different scales, and then there's just a few different choices of sounds, but they are planning on adding MIDI output, so eventually you'd be able to use Playtonic for all that kind of quirky, arrhythmic sequencing fun on anything that accepts MIDI. Tech. This is maybe a little behind the scenes or nerdy, but I think the implications are very exciting for a lot of musicians. They're developing technology for keybeds that will make it more affordable and non-proprietary to do positional sensing on a keyboard. So if you like what is possible with the Expressive E Osmos or the Arturia Polybrute 12, where the full travel of the key is sensitive and can be assigned to different parameters and is very expressive and fun to play with, this development from Azotech looks really promising because it will make it possible for any keyboard manufacturer to include that type of expression. Other solutions to this have typically involved optical sensors or Hall sensors, which uses electromagnetic fields and detecting the changes in those. And Azotech is working with inductive sensing, which is a different thing with magnetic fields. I'm not knowledgeable in this. And what they're doing, they believe, leads to a better output signal and is more affordable and more accessible. Jambot. This is an approach to live performance that blends human playing with AI-driven improvisation. And in this case, the AI was just trained on Jordan's playing. So he's kind of duetting with himself. And they put together this beautiful robot backdrop thing that's like leaves that turn in accordance with what the AI is producing. And there's also lighting cues that go along with it. So the audience can really tell when the AI is doing something versus when Jordan is doing something. And, you know, we're at the very beginning of what is going to happen with AI and music, and I think here is something that we haven't seen really before, and that I hope most people would agree is not unethical in the way that some of the things that train on musicians can be. It definitely feels like we're just glimpsing the potential. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.
All right, so thank you for watching so far. And so we have two of the winners today here. And I'm going to start with you, Mike. So you came up with a sensor that won the award for the best MIDI 2.0 product. I wonder, what does it mean for you to make a MIDI 2.0, and what kind of applications do you see for the product in the future?
So our product allows you to track the position of a key with 256 levels. The one disadvantage of that is it requires a lot of data and a lot of bandwidth to go out of the key bed and to capitalize on that. And MIDI 1, if you take the traditional MIDI 1 channel, one key data from one key will basically fill that channel. So MIDI 2 allows us with high resolution, high bandwidth to get the sweet spot out, but we've got 256 levels at 1 kilohertz. But even if you want to go higher, we can go up to 10 kilohertz, and there's just enough bandwidth. And I think that will allow us to put this into the market once you've got the support there.
And so the demonstrator that you've built is for a keyboard. But can the technology be used somewhere else? Can it be used on alternative controllers as well, or is it mostly for the keyboard?
No, it's not just for the keyboard. Anything where you press, where you got force or want to measure velocity, you can use that as well. For example, we've got a version, maybe just standing back. This is based on our gaming keyboard sensors. So we've got one for regular gaming keyboards, but we've got a version that's done for laptop keyboards as well. So same position and velocity. So typically for one of those drum pads, you can use that as well. So anywhere where you need to get position and velocity and maybe related things like acceleration, you can use that.
Right. And is there any upcoming products that uses this technology that's going to be hitting the market soon?
Unfortunately, I can't mention names, but we hope by the end of the year, it'll be one or two products coming out with our technology in. And the interesting thing, it will probably be a piano key action.
Great. Well, I hope they enter the MIDI Innovation Awards for next year then.
Okay, dokes.
Well, Anthony, so you made a guitar with automatic strumming. Why?
Question. Why not, I guess. To be honest, I'm kind of bored. Well, I mean, guitars have their place, and I love them, but I'm slightly bored of guitars, and there's not been much innovation in it. And if you think about when was the last time you saw anyone play in a way that was different, that was in service to the music and not just about their chops? And there's obviously these extraordinarily technical guitar players at the moment, but my interest in music has always been about discovering new sounds, new techniques, trying to do things that nobody else has done before. And I come from an industrial design background, and that's what I've been trying to do there as well. So the interest for me is creating a tool for other creatives to hopefully break down boundaries and barriers and create things that nobody's ever heard before. So the wheel, the spinning wheel basically changes the way you interact with the guitar. So, which is a complete anathema to many guitarists, because it's about, the right hand and is the rhythm element of a guitar is very much a direct way of expressing yourself, and it's a pure way of doing it. And the guitar, you can still play it like that, it doesn't take that away. But it's whilst what you often find in innovation is actually by removing something, you actually uncover a whole new area. It's just kind of weird, but you think usually innovation would be adding something, but it's actually by removing the need to strum, you open up these new opportunities, and that's really the whole reason behind it.
Right, and Andrew Wang made a video just with you. You went to visit him as part of getting this award as well. And so through this video, we can see the breadth of possibilities. Um, it represents still some pretty heavy manufacturing challenge to get it at mass scale. What are your thoughts around the future of the technology you invented, like the play modes that you have? Do you imagine that you could use this in a different way, maybe more?
Absolutely, yeah. So it's all about economies of scale and investment and R&D. You know, the next move would be to get rid of the motor and have my own PCB motor. That will massively reduce the price. It will also enable me to make much smaller motors. But yeah, this is, you know, it's in a guitar because that's the instrument I'm familiar with, and it was just, yeah, that's how it started, you know.
Yeah.
The idea of the never-ending guitar strum, you know, and then making a wheel, and then adding a motor, then adding all these other features. But yeah, there's all sorts of other applications with this technology that I want to, you know, definitely want to explore in sort of drum machine areas, harp kind of things, Eurorack modules. I mean, it's kind of, if you think about guitar string as an oscillator and it's been struck by a physical mechanical sequencer, you know, join the dots. I mean, you can do anything really.
Excellent. Well,
As you're talking, Anthony, I can hear a circle guitar being played right behind us.
It's a joy. Should be louder.
Scoring your rousing speech.
Yeah.
well, congratulations on making it this far. I know it's been a long journey, and I think any inventor like you can relate to how long and arduous it is finding funding and putting sweat and tears into this product. So congratulations and good luck for the rest of this project. Hopefully it will hit mass market one day.
We'll get there.
Lucas, you've been a judge on this MIDI Innovation Awards. You're a composer, but you're also an investor. And so you've seen many deals and many startups in this space. And I'm wondering, what's your take on the MIDI Innovation Awards from both lands, as a composer and potential user of these products, and also as an investor who's used to looking at products which have a potential?
Yeah, as a composer, it's just a playground. It's just fun, cool toys. You know, sometimes existing tech repurposed in new ways. Sometimes new tech that allows for new affordances. And as a composer, it's great. As an investor, early stage new technology is very difficult because you never know if it's going to catch on, and you never know to what degree it's going to catch on. And so as a fund, we kind of stay away from it, honestly. We wait till, you know, someone's using it, a bunch of people are using it, and then that's where we enter. That's where we are as a fund. There are angels who do, you know, earlier stuff than that. But everything I saw on the MIDI Awards pretty much was fascinating and interesting. And a lot of them we kind of bookmarked to see, oh, well, if this catches on with some users, we quite like it, and maybe we come in at that point. So yeah, it's really looking at it from two lenses. As a composer, I just care about if stuff is fun to play with and makes cool sounds. That's really that's where it starts and ends for me.
Right, I can understand. I'm wondering, Lucas, if you have any questions for Mike and Anthony about their product, or maybe generally about innovation and what they see as a future.
Yeah, so MIDI, from my perspective as a user, has literally never changed. It just, and I hear about MIDI 2.0. Can you maybe tell me a little bit about, like, what are some things that I can't do now that I will be able to do with MIDI 2.0?
Maybe I'll sort of use our sensor as a center stage for that. For example, some of the things that you can do, and we've actually got demos on the booth, is traditionally a digital piano. It's got two contacts for velocity sensitivity. And if I don't play to the bottom, I don't hear a sound. We've got a demo there. You can play like a regular acoustic piano, press quick enough halfway down, it will play the note. We've got a demo there with an Hammond emulation with the 9 contacts. But the one thing that came out, if you move the contacts away from each other, you get amazing sounds. But you can do it a real Hammond emulation, but there's some expressiveness which you can add. And then a synthesizer, which our sensor in a single sensor offers you velocity sensitivity, but it's programmable. I can do it high up in the stroke, middle, down. It adds poly aftertouch, but high resolution and full positional control, which in regular MIDI is not possible because of the limitations of but MIDI 2 has the bandwidth, has the resolution to offer all those things and hopefully
are there
much
more?
more. Sorry.
Are there more layers? Am I doing something wrong? I'm supposed to be an audio professional here. Are there more layers in MIDI 2.0? Is it what is, just for like a layman, what is the difference? So for me, 127 layers of velocity and a piano roll. What's different in MIDI 2.0?
Just gives you higher resolution. So 127, this one gives you 16 by 64,000 levels.
Oh,
And so I think it just allows you
quite a bit more.
finer control. I'm not an expert on MIDI 2, but I'm a user and what it allows me to do.
Cool.
Maybe Afan can help.
I could probably answer that question.
Oh, thank you.
So I'll give you an example. MIDI 1.0 had 128 steps, right? And that's not a lot of resolution for a control change. Like you've been using MIDI forever, and you go from 0 to 127, right? You know that.
Yep.
Well, we decided with MIDI 2.0 we wanted to go from 7 bits to 32 bits. And some people will say, well, 7 bits to 32 bits, that's not a lot. It's actually 128 to over 4 billion steps for the 32-bit controller because it's an exponential curve. I often tell my
Does that mean that the sample people will have to record 4 billion round robins now?
And you could. Yes.
All right.
Yeah. So you're a composer, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I know. That wasn't even a question. I know what you do. So one of the amazing things that we're doing with MIDI 2.0 is, do you use key switches?
I'm not a good enough piano player, but yes, sometimes I do use them.
Okay. And so with key switches, whenever you use a new library, you have to, it's not a standardized way to do
Yes.
this, right? So you have to, every library, you have to learn the different key
Do you
switches.
see my body language tensing up as you're describing this?
I do. We are going to solve your problem. So because we have more space in the MIDI 2.0 node on, we're embedding the articulations directly into the MIDI node on. All of the articulations, the different articulations, and there's actually a working demo of the orchestral articulation over there. It is going to change the way that composers score films, do games. It is going to make your life so much easier that you will not believe it, because you'll be able to take a track like you hawk at things all the time, right? You take a string part and you go, I'd like to be able to take that string part and just copy the MIDI and assign it to a flute and have all the articulations remain musically accurate. MIDI 2.0 will do that for you.
Awesome. Thank you.
The other thing that would be useful for me is for the wheel to spin, I need the guitar needs to hear the clock for a little bit. And with MIDI 2.0, when the clock starts, it sends out what the BPM is. You don't have to wait.
When you say clock, you mean like the BPM, right?
Yeah,
You don't
yeah.
like a sample clock.
Yeah, no, the BPM. So it's so we haven't integrated it yet, but that will be very useful because it'll just go, okay, we're at 128 BPM, and the guitar will just kick straight into that tempo. Whereas now we need like half a bar of just listening, quarter of a bar, just listening to it to get up to speed. We can fake it, but it would be really helpful. So
Very cool.
Excellent. Well, thank you. So I think we don't have a lot of time left. I wonder if there's any questions from the audience. If
Vincent
not,
has a question.
you have a question? No? Well, we can keep. Yeah, we have a question. Right.
Are all of the MIDI Innovation Award winners present at NAMM this weekend?
They're not all present at NAMM this weekend. The MIDI Innovation Award winners, we have 2 here, and the rest of them didn't make the trip. It's very much a global award, and so people are coming from the UK, Europe, Asia, and they could not all make the trip.
Are all of the products commercially available at this time?
Are they all commercially available at this time? Well, the prototypes, no. Usually, they're still kind of refining the approach, and we celebrate where they got to at this point. They will be at some point. I think Playtronic is already available. That's one of the winners, software prototype. All the commercial one, of course, are readily available.
Circle guitar.
Guitars available.
Yeah.
Your guitar is available. And the sensor, this is more of a B2B, of course, product.
Yeah.
It's licensed to companies.
Yeah, I think by the end of the year, there will be hopefully more than one product available with our sensors in them.
Right, thank you. All right, yeah, well, thank you then. Thank you very much, panelists. And on to next year then. Good luck to you.
Thank you, JB.
Thank you.